Today for our class, you're going to want a chair. So I'll give everyone a moment to grab a chair and get into a comfortable seated position. For those of you like me who already have a chair, you can use this as an opportunity to stretch. I'm doing a version of, what is this called? Lord of the Fishes pose. I'm doing a version of Lord of the Fishes pose in this chair. And so for those of you who already have a chair, we can just do a little pre-stretch while the other folks get their chair. So we'll reconvene in about 5 minutes. But for those of us who are here, let's enjoy a nice pre-stretch for 5 minutes, and then we'll jump into our meditation. Inhale the arms up, exhale, twist, and just breathe here. If you're more comfortable doing this on the ground, go for it. We're just trying to show that a chair is a possibility. Inhale the arms up and exhale, twist on the other side. One of the advantages of using a chair is you can use it for leverage. And so you can kind of hold onto the back and try to give it a hug and see if you can get deeper into the twist because you are in a chair. So I'm not trying to avoid you. I apologize that my back is to you, but I'm just trying to get as deep of a twist as possible and encourage you all to get as deep of a twist as possible too. Coming back around. Inhale the arms up and exhale, shaking out the legs. Bend the opposite leg onto the chair and bring the other leg all the way across it. And just sit here for a minute before we twist, really grounding in the sits bones on each side. Notice the difference of how each side feels. Are you tighter on one side or not? Inhale the arms up and exhale, twist. Again, you can use the chair for leverage, and you can also use your elbow against your outer thigh for leverage to really crank out that twist. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, twist to the other side. Coming back to center. Stretch out your legs in front of you, stretch your arms up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Then use the chair as a way to kind of arch. Feel a supported arch, as if sometimes we do bridge and we put a block under our sacrum, and this is a way the chair can kind of give us that sensation as well. From here, come back to a seated position, and you can use the chair for a quad stretch. A supported quad stretch. Sometimes with the balancing component, we're so focused on balancing, we're not thinking about the stretch. So now that you don't have to think about balancing, you can even couple a quad stretch with some little self-massage. And that's also a technique you can teach kids, that they can find their pressure points, give themselves some sensory input. Exhale, shake out the legs and do a quad stretch on the other side. Again, you can use this as also an opportunity to do some self-massage as you're stretching out the quads. With kids, there might be some falling off the chairs and some silly shenanigans, but you know, to the extent no one is getting hurt, it's not terrible that people have fun in your yoga class. So try to come at it with from a place of compassion. Shake it out and let us do some ankle rotations. Here we'll use we'll stretch both ankles at the same time. Have both ankles go in outward circles, opposite of each other. For kids, you can have them imagine that they are sort of making snow angels with their feet. Won't really look like angels, but maybe they'll look like hockey pucks maybe. And you can have them imagine what sort of shape they are carving out if their feet were in soft snow at the moment. And bring the feet inward. Bringing one leg across. Enjoy sort of a seated pigeon pose. Here we're stretching out our hip. Keeping the foot flexed protects the knee. You can breathe into this. If it feels good, you can apply some pressure into it, or just sit up straight. Shake it out and bring your other leg on the other side up to create sort of the number 4, and we'll do pigeon on the other side, keeping your foot flexed to protect your knee. You can place some weight on your thigh to get a little deeper into your hip stretch. And let us breathe. Okay, shake it all out. And now I think we have everyone, and everybody now has a chair or something with a little bit of height, whether it's a laundry basket or whatnot. And we shall start our meditation. So our meditation is going to be a children's meditation, but you will get twofold benefits from it. So the first benefit will be this is a registered children's yoga teacher training. And so by doing a children's meditation, this will give you a children's meditation in your repertoire that you can use. You can copy paste the words of this meditation from our transcript on YouTube, and that is something that you can use in your classroom, so a real practical takeaway tool. The second benefit of today's meditation is that it may have a relaxing effect on you. You don't need to write anything down during this meditation. I invite you to just enjoy this meditation. Be a participant in this meditation, because also that will make you a better teacher. Maybe there are some parts of this meditation that you liked, and maybe there were some parts that you didn't like and that you would do differently. By experiencing this meditation as a participant, you are better equipped to decide how to modify it and build upon this work to even improve it and make it your own. Also, there's no point in writing it down, because you can just copy paste the transcript you just click transcript, highlight it, and it's pretty easy. So I really invite you to enjoy this meditation, because it's important as yoga practitioners that we nourish ourselves too. Okay, it is called balloon breathing. So this meditation, called balloon breathing meditation, it can be done while standing or seated. This meditation is ideal for children ages 3 to 5 years old. So this is a preschool age group meditation. This is one that is fun and is likely to make kids giggle a bit while cultivating breath awareness. There is no rule in yoga that we can't have fun. So please embrace the giggles. Giving children the gift of a lifelong love of yoga is an incredible tool for them. And also, put on your business caps. These are potential customers. So do you really want to be the strict meditation teacher at a school that everybody's afraid of? Like, these may be potential clients. So really, make it fun. Life can be rewarding. You can be just as productive and actually make it pleasant for those around you. It's just all about attitude. So let us put on our positive attitudes and enjoy this meditation. So you can sit down cross-legged as long as you are upright and your spine is as long as possible. Gently lift your shoulders to your ears and release them. Imagine your stomach is a big balloon. Take a big breath in through your nose and fill your belly. Like a balloon filling with air. As you breathe in, your belly becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. With your right index finger, pop your belly button. Open your mouth wide and breathe out, releasing all the air from your belly. Now close your mouth and fill your belly balloon again. Breathe in deeply through your nose. In, in, in. Your belly balloon is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Pop your belly balloon with your index finger. Open your mouth and let out all the air. Ah. Fill your belly balloon once again. Close your mouth and take one big breath through your nose. In, in, in. Your belly balloon is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Pop your belly balloon with your index finger. Open your mouth and let all the air out. Ah! You are going to fill the balloon one more time. This time as you breathe in, reach your hands up. Breathe in through your nose and reach your hands up. In. Reach higher and higher and higher. Make your belly balloon bigger and bigger. Now place both hands on your belly and pop the belly balloon. Let all the air out. Ah. How do you feel? So that is an example of how we can do energetic meditation as well. I'm just going to quickly go over the benefits of meditation for kids. And we can apply those benefits to the meditation we just experienced and analyze how that plays out. So one of the benefits for meditation for kids is that it enhances mental health. So we know from science that there is a mind-body connection. And by focusing on our breathing and by bringing our awareness to the present moment, it sort of gets us out of that funk of he said, she said, and so much of that kid drama. So in the way that meditation enhances mental health, I think that this guided visualization, because it's so engaging, pop the belly, it really brings children into the present moment, and whatever fear or anxiety or worries or dramas that they may have been experiencing in the period before in the classroom, they really have to let all that go and just kind of be silly in the moment. So I do think that this is a mental health booster. Another benefit of meditation for kids is that it improves emotional intelligence. So this is really an interesting factor, and it's an indirect benefit. So we have learned from science, and when I talk about science, I'm not talking about ancient yogic philosophy. I'm talking about Western science in America, Harvard Medical Review, and so forth. I'm not a doctor, nothing herein shall be construed as medical advice, but I just want to say, like, whether that Eastern philosophies have veracity or not, what we teach in this mainstream United States yoga teacher training is what we're teaching is only the agreed upon science with the Western medical community. So we're trying to not go out on a limb. I do have to say, I really, really don't like people who say yoga is a cure for cancer and yoga is a cure for diabetes and yoga is a cure for all these things. Like, if you have a serious illness, you should see a doctor. It is true that yoga can decrease your stress levels, and when your stress level is decreased, then your body does its job better. Your immune system does its job better. when your immune system is functioning properly, you don't have cancer because your immune system eats up those bad cells. So there's like some truth to this yoga thing, but sometimes people take it too far because it's easy money. Like, people will pay up if you have the cure for cancer that doesn't involve chemo. Well, the thing is when things are too good to be true, that's just what they are. It's too good to be true. So I really caution all of you, you're going to earn this yoga degree. Please use it for good. Anyway, so when we talk about yoga improves emotional intelligence, it's an indirect benefit, and this is how. So we have learned that people that are more compassionate and empathetic have a higher emotional intelligence. And how do we learn compassion? Well, we learn compassion through community service, service to others, sacrifice, and also we increase our emotional intelligence and our awareness by slowing down and being in the present moment. So to the extent that this meditation, this belly breathing meditation that we just did, caused students to slow down, to listen to the cues of the meditation, that helped them in their communication skills, which indirectly will help in their emotional intelligence. A benefit of meditation for kids is that it promotes emotional well-being. So again, this is an indirect benefit. It's not, it can't really be proven cut and dry, but the idea is that when children have a time to slow down, to reflect, to check in with themselves and to be present, that they feel more connected. And the science of happiness has shown that the single factor that makes people feel most happy is a feeling of connectedness. The really cool thing about meditation is it fosters a feeling of connectedness within your own self. So you don't have to depend on anyone or anything. This is so awesome because for children, everything is out of their control. What they eat, when they eat, where they go, how long they're in the car, when someone will talk to them, when someone will answer a question. Everything they're totally dependent on others for. So the fact that in meditating, they can find comfort within themselves, this helps their emotional well-being because it gives them a source of stability by being their own pillar of strength. Now, this meditation we just did was for 3 to 5-year-olds. So it's very rudimentary in this age group, but it's planting the seed for autonomy and self-regulation. Meditation promotes self-awareness. Sometimes an example of this is sometimes we aren't even aware of our breath. Like, am I even breathing out of my nose, in my nose and out my mouth? Or do I breathe out of my mouth? Or how fast or slow do I breathe? How deep is my breath? So by taking a moment to concentrate on our breath, we are focusing on a minute point that we might not have thought of before. And when you introduce this to children at a young age, again, it plants the seed, and from that they can grow. Another benefit of meditation for kids is that it fosters empathy, compassion, and kindness. So again, these are indirect benefits in the sense that sometimes slowing down gives children a time to reflect, but also there are direct teachings in certain meditations, such as the loving kindness meditation, which we have not read yet together in our group weekly class. However, the loving kindness meditation for children is available in our RCYT coursework, and it is also available on this free YouTube playlist. so you can enjoy the loving kindness meditation. But in this loving kindness meditation, it literally teaches about compassion and empathy. It talks about how one may feel angry and how that doesn't serve the person, and how treating yourself like your own best friend and treating others how you want to be treated creates a freedom within you, and that we should act with loving kindness to ourselves and others, not for them, but for us, because it helps us be the best version of ourselves. And when you look at it that way, then you have to ask yourself, why not? Another benefit of meditation for kids is that it heightens appreciation for life. So when we are feeling happy and grateful and compassionate and kind, the experience of life is enjoyable, and we also have gratitude for it when we feel grateful. So really this time to reflect takes us out of the me want, me need caveman zone, and it really brings us to a higher level of cognitive experience where we can stand back and understand that we are in an ever-changing landscape of life, and that we have to appreciate each moment as a gift, because that moment is unique, and we will never have it back again. So our job is to learn from it and then move on to the next moment. But because life is so fleeting, why waste it bickering about whether or not it's awesome or not? It's like, guess what? You can't keep it anyway. So just embrace it for what it is, because it's fleeting. It's not a permanent decision. It's not a permanent purchasing decision to hold on to forever. You know, it's like obsessing over toilet paper, so to speak. Like, it's gonna be gone before you know it. So does it really matter which brand you use? When we take life in that perspective, then we really, really can appreciate it for what it is. We can even appreciate bad experiences because we know they are temporal, that nothing lasts, not the good or the bad. So when it's all temporary, does it really matter? Do we really have to think, oh, why was this done to me? Like, who cares? It's gonna be over in a second. So what can you gain from it? What can you learn from it? How can it make you stronger? A benefit of meditation for kids is that it helps in stress management. So breathing techniques have been known to help children and adults get out of the fight or flight mode and into a calmer state. This can help in test taking, and it can help lower blood pressure, and it also can help in judgment. So when we make decisions, sometimes when people are all worked up, we tell them, sit down and take a deep breath. That's like a common phrase. Why is that? Because when you breathe, your brain works off of oxygen, and when you take a deep breath, you're actually nourishing your brain, and you're slowing your response down so that you can get out of reaction into responding. You can get out of impulsivity into giving a compassionate response. And by slowing that down, that relieves stress, but that also improves judgment. And for our middle school age group, that is so important to really help them slow down, take a deep breath, and make good decisions, because even by middle school, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. So what we teach kids is great, all the times tables and stuff, that's nice. But you know what really saves lives? What really saves lives is empowering children to have the tools to make good decisions, because we cannot prepare them for every single type of scenario. But what we can do is teach them how to meditate, teach them how to slow down so that they can think to the best of their ability by breathing, and then they can make the best judgments possible for themselves, and then that is going to be a domino effect of positive results in their life. 2 more benefits for meditation for kids. Second to last, meditation improves communication. How is that? Well, communication is a 2-way street. So I know I'm lecturing at you, but in general, communication is a 2-way street. So it requires listening skills and understanding skills and speaking skills. So the meditation helps children with their auditory listening skills, their focus skills on what's being said, their processing skills of understanding the communication, and it helps them mitigate that childish desire for impulsivity and for interrupting. Interrupting is detrimental to many communications. Sometimes people start to talk, and before they even finish, someone has already assumed what they're going to say and starts fighting the point. And maybe the person wasn't even going to say that. By jumping the gun, we misunderstand each other all the time. And so by practicing meditation, by practicing this listened response to the stimulus of the guided meditation, children are practicing and getting better each time through each meditation at not interrupting, not assuming, and being observant. And that lays a wonderful foundation for enhanced future communication skills. Lastly, meditation has the benefit of improved focus and concentration. So for all the reasons that meditation is difficult for kids, the giggles, the sitting still, all those barriers that they have, all those interruptions, as meditation teachers, we really have to think about, we are helping them practice their focus and concentration. And every time a child interrupts you in a meditation, you can think, great, I'm so glad I am practicing meditation with them, because they really need that practice, because they are clearly not experts at focus and concentration. So it's great we're practicing this. And every time they interrupt, you can think, okay, we need more practice on this. And because that's the thing with teaching kids is they're not experts. That's why you're the expert with this RCYT degree, because you are supposed to be teaching them and they are supposed to be philandering along the way and learning is a really messy process. And if the children were perfect little meditative gurus, you wouldn't have a job. So be thankful for the messiness, because it makes your role so important. And I want to say that when you change a child's life, you're a total hero to them forever. My students come back to me after college. Is such a rewarding thing. They have jobs at Yahoo and Tesla, and they say, oh, we met in high school and you helped me so much. And I wouldn't be at Tesla without you. I wouldn't be at Yahoo without you. Honestly, I think that they would have found their way. They're really, really amazing kids. I really have had the pleasure of working with seriously the brightest kids. I tell them that I want to work for them. Like, will they please be the CEO so that I can work under their tutelage? But the point is that every bit of effort I've spent on youth has totally been so rewarding and meaningful for them. It's not possible to quantify how much of a difference I've made, but what is real that I can share with you is that children I've worked with believe that I have made such a difference, and they come back in gratitude. And honestly, I can't imagine anything else more rewarding. I've also worked with adults, but they have a lot of challenges. And with adults, it's one step forward and like 10 steps back sometimes. And it's really hard to see, it's really hard to save a life or change a life. But with a child, a few positive interactions can just be the hope that a child needs to show them a better way, and then they can take it from there and soar. So you really, all of you should pat yourselves on the back for going into this line of work, for wanting to earn the registered children's yoga teacher degree. Whether you're doing it as a mom, just to do yoga with your child, that's great too. I mean, your child is just as important as every other child. Why not be awesome with them as well? So whether it's outreach or in your home, it's all important because you're making the difference in a child's life. And I guess what I'm trying to say is 1 unit of effort in an adult's life might not have an impact, but 1 unit of effort in a child's life has a major impact. So they're children, they're influential, and that is a real opportunity for you to make this world a better place. I'm going to put away this meditation and we'll start our movement. Okay, so we're going to focus this week on Warrior One. So Warrior One is the pose of the week, and we are focused on chair yoga. So Warrior One, classic pose. On the other side, Warrior One is like this. You can get deeper into Warrior One by doing it in a chair, using your chair for support. So by doing Warrior One in a chair, you can really focus on getting the front leg at a nice right angle. Hips squared forward. Try to have your heel down. Arms up. In using a chair, you can really kind of help your hips come forward by even doing a little twist, tugging on the chair. We're going to stay here for a little bit just to really enjoy Warrior One, not as a strengthening pose today, because we're in a chair, but as a stretching pose. And we're also strengthening our arms. But let's just really feel this Warrior One. Feel the alignment. Feel the hip twist. Bring your arms down to heart center, and then just kind of relax and wide-legged straddle. Bring your feet to a straddle, and then you can walk your hands forward. Really stretching out your lower back. Stretching out your inner thighs. Again, this is a way to enjoy the stretch without all the pressure on your ankles. Slowly walk your way up, and we're going to do warrior one on the other side. Back foot firmly on the mat, front foot forward, really twisting the hips forward, arms up. If you feel like your hips are tight and not coming around, use the chair as leverage. Over twist, just like how we started with Half Lord of the Fishes. Over twist, arms up. Warrior one in a chair, more stretching than strengthening because the chair is here to support us. Come back, bring your arms into heart center. Now we're going to stretch and join goddess pose in a chair. So again, this is just kind of like all the yumminess without all the work, doing it in a chair. So here, we're not getting quite the same intensity of a core workout that we would not in a chair, but we're able to really focus on squeezing the glutes and stretching the inner thighs in goddess pose. Bringing the hands to heart center, the feet in front of you, bringing both soles of the feet up. Inhale, arms up, and we'll sort of do a dead bug pose in chair. Reaching opposite hand to foot, stretch this hamstring. If you don't touch your foot, you can bend your foot at your comfort level. But this is a great way to get the benefits of an IT band stretch, without having your head upside down, which could be super uncomfortable for a lot of people in forward fold. Exhale, stretch it all out, and grab a hold opposite foot and hand on the other side, doing a stretch on the other side. All right, coming in, let us do a double pigeon. So double pigeon has the bottom foot flexed, top foot over the knee, also flexed. Ideally, your knee would be on your other foot. I have super tight hips, so we're all just a work in progress. So that's why I have this gap here. It's not intentional, it's a growth area. Inhale, arms up, interlace the fingers, push the palms out to the ceiling, shake it out a little bit. You guys are doing great. Lean to one side, really, really stretch. Try to imagine your back is against a wall. You want it to be straight. Exhale and inhale to the other side. Notice how one side may be tighter than the other, and so forth. I'm going to spend another minute on this side before switching our legs so we have a symmetrical stretch. Roll out your wrists with me. One way, roll out your wrist the other way. Stretch out one hand, bend the fingers back. Feel that stretch, reduce all the tension built up from typing and so forth. Give that thumb a tug. Stretch out the other arm and the other hand. Bending the fingers back, giving that thumb a tug. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your left elbow. Pull it back with your right arm, really stretching the underarm and the shoulder. Exhale, switch arms, giving your right elbow a tug with your left hand. Again, stretching your left arm and shoulder. Shake it all out. Give your feet a little tap on the ground to increase circulation, and let us do double pigeon on the other side. Notice how each side feels. One side might be more tense than the other side. And these are observations you can make. It's also a way to engage the students. If they feel that one side is tighter than the other, you could ask them, hey, why do you think that is? And one might say, oh, because I play tennis, or oh, because I carry my backpack on one shoulder. And that is a way to, again, plant the seed for children to start making the connection that their everyday behaviors have an impact on their physical well-being, and that can really lead to the realization of wanting to make healthier decisions in life. You can give your legs a little tug to increase your hip stretch. Breathing. With this, we can do a little bit of a cat-cow, pushing our chest out, bringing our navel in, pushing our navel out, bringing it in. Kids love poses that have animal names. So cat-cow is a fun one, and cat-cow works in a chair. You could say like open and close for the preschoolers or elementary schoolers. Open and close. You can say moo and meow. Moo for the cow and meow for the cat. So the cat-cow, you can do it like with your hands at the front of the chair. You can also really have it in full swing. So I invite you to test out your favorite chair pose. You can also use a chair as a prop to deepen the stretch. Something like, putting your foot up on the chair or so forth. If you're doing what I'm doing, then do it on both sides. And, just have fun with it. Pick a favorite chair pose, and then we will just drill in our pose of the week, Warrior One, and our other poses that we have, that we are learning this cycle. So this is Series B. We have 5 series in the course among the 52 weeks. Every week ending in a 2 is a review week. So our next upcoming review week is week 22. But we started Series B in week 13. I have my cheat sheet, so cat's out of the bag. Okay, so basically week 13, we learned revolved triangle. Revolved triangle. Week 14, pyramid pose. Week 15, which is this week, Warrior One. Going to do that on the other side, so we're symmetrical. So, week 13, revolved triangle. Week 14, pyramid pose. Week 15, Warrior One. If you think that those 3 poses flow together, it's because they do. So that's the point, that instead of like learning all the sitting poses or something like that, the order in which I teach the poses, the SHARE method developed for incarcerated women, it teaches the poses in an order that naturally flows. So that basically for some of our students, they won't even be able to verbally recognize this pose as that, the other pose is the other pose, but actually since we learn through kinetic learning and experience and through repetition, they will be able to perform the sequences without even realizing the poses that we are doing. The idea behind this is that ShareLove.Fund gives second chances by turning wards of the state into tax-paying citizens, and that helps everybody. So, again, in this series, we have revolved triangle, pyramid, warrior one. This series integrates into our sun salutation A. We'll quickly go through our sun salutation A in a chair, modified version, incorporating these three poses. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. From half bend, going into plank. I'm going to modify plank like this, almost like reverse plank. From plank, we'll do knees, chest, chin, which is a little bit hard in a chair, and cobra, which I'll modify as a deeper reverse plank. From knees, chest, chin to cobra, we push up into upward dog, which in a chair is modifying more like this. Now up from down dog, this is our modified down dog. From down dog, we'll do our point of insertion where we will add revolve triangle, pyramid, warrior one. From here, we will come back to zip up our sun salutation A, where we left off. Sun salutation A, down dog, chair modified version. From down dog, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale, all the way up to upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's do it on the other side. Inhale, arms up to upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, back to plank. We can do, for plank, we'll do reverse plank in a chair. From plank, knees, chest, and chin, which we're skipping. I don't really know how to do it in a chair, but I'm interested in your comments. And from knees, chest, chin, we'll go into cobra, and we'll just modify that deeper into reverse plank. From there, we will go into chair down dog. Again, chair down dog is our point of insertion. We will learn 9 poses in this series B. We learned revolve triangle in week 13. We learned pyramid in week 14. This week in week 15, we are learning warrior one. So we're gonna spice up the sun salutation A by inserting those 3 poses. For the next 6 weeks, we will learn 6 more poses for a total of 9 poses, or you can think of them as spices. And in week 22, we will spice up our sun salutation A 9 times with the 9 poses we will learn. Our week 22 sun salutation A will include poses from weeks 13 to weeks 21. That means that every week ending in a 2, you will have your sun salutation A plus 9 spicy poses to spice it up so that you graduate with a teaching, sequencing, and repertoire. Okay, so from down dog, we turn to reverse triangle. From reverse triangle, pyramid, from pyramid to warrior one. From warrior one, we go into down dog. From down dog, forward fold, inhale, half bend, inhale, arms all the way up to upward salute, exhale, Tadasana. You did it. So now you get to enjoy Savasana. You can sit like this, but I don't really recommend it because it's kind of slouching. And in life, we roll our shoulders forward so much that while this forward shoulder roll is a stretch, I feel like it's a stretch in the wrong direction. So I have a proposal for you. I recommend that you use your chair as an elevation technique. I'm going to just push this back to the edge of the mat. So for your Savasana today, your juicy, well-earned Savasana, I suggest to you place your knees on a chair or on a bed, some type of elevation, and just enjoy a Savasana with elevated feet. It's important that you are relaxed. So just like in regular Savasana, we let our heels touch the mat and our feet roll out. You can try to do that. In this chair, I don't know, my knees are going out, but then that's making my feet go in. But I think that that is my relaxed state. If I try to keep my legs parallel, then I'm focused on keeping my legs parallel and I'm not focused on rejuvenation. So I recommend that you focus on rejuvenation. This is your Savasana. Hands 6 to 8 inches from the body, palms up. If you would feel more comfortable with a blanket on top of you, feel free to pause and go and get it, or an eye pillow. For those of you that feel just right, enjoy. I will come back in about a half an hour to cue you out of Savasana. I will make my way around the room and answer any questions in the comments. See you in a few. Now it's time to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring awareness back to your body. Come to one side slowly as to not be lightheaded. And then come to a comfortable seated position. How do you feel? May the light in me be the light in you. Have a blessed day. Namaste.